Good morning. I woke up, came out to the garden this morning, and this is the destruction that I saw. My trellis for my blackberries has broken completely in half, and my blackberry bushes are on the ground. The good thing is that they are still in the pots. The pots haven't turned down, so just mainly vines that look bad. So I need to figure out a way today to take care of this. So I'm either gonna have to buy some new trellising material, or I do have some cattle panels, as you can see behind there, and I may be able to tie them up with the cattle panel. But I'm thinking I need a taller trellis, so I may end up having to go to the store and buy a new trellis. I do have one here, which I can use, and I may decide that I'm gonna use it. But that's a small problem. On the good side of things, everything is looking pretty good. Eggplants are nice and strong. Blackberry bushes are still bearing blackberries. If I can find something to show you. Yeah, so tomato plants are nice and strong and healthy. And I even have a few tomatoes on some of them. See if I can show you this right here. Yeah, let's see, that's it. Yeah, 3 tomatoes right there, and it has another cousin up here somewhere that you can barely see. And the other tomatoes are looking good also. My cucumber plants are doing well. No sign of any disease, which is usually a problem that I have. So that's a good thing. My Creole tomatoes. And there's one tomato right there for it. My mint, which I've yet to harvest, and Lord willing, creek don't rise, I'll get around to it today and do as the New Orleans gardener suggested, and dry it out in paper bags. Then I can crush it up and use it for tea later on. Onion, that's doing good. My sage has doubled in size. That's looking good also. I bought this thingy for Swiss for earlier, and it's working pretty good. And I had sowed some Swiss chard seeds in it about a week ago, and as you can see, they are starting to come to fruition. So that's a good thing right there. Here's my buddy Beauty here, as she is every day, waiting for a snack. There you go, Beauty. Have a good day, puppy. Have a good day. Squash and onions still going good. More onions, more onions. And here is my kagutsa, the Italian squash. It's starting to grow, and I see a couple of them are getting some tentacles on it right there, which means a little while we're going to start grabbing hold of this vine and growing them taller. And then in the area inside here, I decided I'd plant some black cream tomato plants. And for a while, they didn't look as if they were growing, but now it appears that they are growing. So that's a good thing. Pepper plant, it had been eaten up by bugs a little while ago, but I added some spray to it, and it's doing pretty good now. So it's looking pretty good. My other pepper plants, right here, I got 9 of them. One of them was hit by the storm last night, so I had to tie it up with a pole this morning. There was one of my Kind of hard to see. Jalapeno. Yep, jalapeno. You can see it now. And then is poblano. These three right there, poblano. These three are jalapeno. And these three right here are cayenne large red. Trying to bring it into focus. Yep, cayenne large red. Other tomato plants are doing fine. This, I think, is less time, looking good. More time over there, looking good. This is some basil that I planted, and it's looking good also. Tomatoes, I used the rosemary. I cut it back a little bit yesterday and made some rosemary focaccia bread, which came out pretty good. So, these tomatoes are getting big. They're the first ones I had in the garden. And these onions right here are getting pretty close to getting pulled. So I'm going to have to pull these within the next week or so, then plant something else in that bed. Probably some tomatoes. This is another tomato plant. Another eggplant, which is looking good. Lemon balm, chive is growing. More basil, which looks nice. Then parsley, which looks good. More onion. And my tomato orange jazz have started to sprout. So hopefully shortly I'll be able to take these and plant them in bigger pots. They should be okay. And then the Rosella cherry tomatoes had several of them sprout also, and they're looking good. Lemons are getting bigger and bigger by the day. I really didn't expect them to come to fruition this year, but they did. Another tomato plant, and it had the little small blossom on there. Most of them starting to get blossom now. And these I got to transplant pretty soon. These are heirloom variety squash, and these are 8 squash plants. So I got to figure out some place to plant these, because I can only leave one inside this pot. This the other one. It's still ain't producing the flowers yet, but it's looking good. Greek oregano. So pretty much the entire garden is looking pretty good this morning, with the exception of this right here. But it's a small thing to overcome. So I've just got to sit down, do some thinking, and figure out what I'm gonna do to it. Cause right now I don't really have the slightest idea. But more peppers I put over here, they're looking good. Somehow I got an eggplant over here in the pepper section. Don't know if I'm gonna leave it here and just let it diversify, or put it over with his brother. Worry about it later on. But anyway, that is the garden. I hope that everybody has a nice day today. Enjoy yourself.